welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm back with another video all about makeup products that I want but probably won't buy and why. I've done only one of these videos before, and I guess you would say this video is kind of similar to the topic of like Samantha March's Will I Buy It, except for you just already know, kind of like I probably am not gonna buy it. I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. I like the idea of doing this because it gives me the opportunity to talk about new makeup without having to commit to buying it. And it's not necessarily like a anti-haul or a bashing video. These are products that I kind of genuinely want, but there may be reasons why I'm not buying, or kind of like talking myself out of it kind of a thing. So I just thought it'd be fun to kind of go over things that I kind of have a little bit on my wish list, but probably will not buy. Additionally, I was recently talking to another beauty, well, she's not on YouTube. I think she has YouTube, but she's not really active on YouTube. She's much more active on Instagram. Her name is Valerie. She goes by Valerie's Journey in Beauty on Instagram. And we were DMing back and forth, and she had messaged me the other day saying she was thinking about doing something crazy, like going on a no-buy for, let me kind of read. I'll have to make sure she's okay with me talking about our conversation, but I'm sure she will be. I think talking about going for a no-buy until like the 2019 holiday season, and she said, I don't understand why the prospect of this scares me. And so she was just we were just chatting about that, and I had wrote kind of like a long conversation with her, but I kind of am with her on the sense that like, well, not that a no-buy, it doesn't scare me. But I don't necessarily like the idea of it, a no-buy. I'm not saying people shouldn't do them. I think they're a good idea. And there's many times I think like I technically probably could be considered being on a no-buy, but I just don't like to put myself in this like bubble, this realm of like limitation, because I feel like when, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's not just me, I feel like it's just us as human beings, and this is kind of what I told her. We have this when we put limitations on ourselves, we instantly want to break rules. You know what I mean? We just have this rebellious nature. Let me just go ahead and read what I wrote to her so I can tell you, because that's what I'm kind of trying to say. So I said, haha, probably because we hate to limit ourselves, and we also hate to miss out. We all get FOMO whether we think we do or not. I think it's easier to say I can buy this but I won't, rather than I can't buy that because I'm on a no buy. I think we people in general are very rebellious by nature, so when we make a rule we almost crave to break it. Like I know that can't be me. I feel like, you know, when you put a rule on yourself, just like diets and things like that, when you say you can't, you just almost much more want to do it, just because you're like, no one tells me what to do. I don't even tell myself what to do. You know, it's so silly. Anyway, so let me just go on. Anyways, I think we people in general are so rebellious by nature, so when we make a rule, we almost crave to break it. I've never personally put myself on a no buy, but instead just really chose not to buy because I don't need to. And I always think of the palettes that I have that that don't get used, or enough love, and that kind of reins me in. And so that's kind of like, I don't know, I was thinking about that recently, and so for anyone who else is kind of like that, like her, like I, who don't really like the idea of a no buy because it almost makes us want to give in and more, you know, and I have seen in a few makeup groups where people are like, I failed my no buy, or I can't believe it, I put myself on a no buy and I totally gave in. It's like, it is so hard, like when you put that title like of a no buy on yourself to like, you know, for the reasons I said, we just naturally want to give in. Or like, say we put ourselves on a no-buy, and then like palettes or products we've been wanting suddenly go on sale and are much more affordable. Or maybe we come into a little bit more money and we can spend, and you're like, well, I put myself on a no-buy, so I shouldn't. It's just like, there's just so much that goes into it. So I just don't put myself into that like trap. I don't like try to like cage myself into like you can or can't do something. I just like to say like, would I like to buy this, or would I want this? Yes, but am I going to buy it? No. It's just more of a choice that I'm choosing not to buy. And also doing these kind of videos helps me so I can still talk about them. And I may buy later on, but as of right now, I don't have plans on buying it. And maybe that can help you guys too. You guys can talk. We can have a discussion in the comments. Talk about things that you kind of want to buy but don't think you will for whatever reason. Or, you know, it's just helpful, I think, to at least talk about it. That's why I think makeup groups are so popular. you know, because we can talk about what we want, what we like, you know, our makeup obsession and things like that, and kind of it helps just to talk about stuff even if we don't have have it or buy it or whatever. So anyways, sorry for the long intro. Clearly this is going to be kind of a chattier video, obviously in a chatty mood. I'm in a really good mood today. So I wasn't sure if I was going to film. I actually had a major headache just like an hour ago and almost wasn't going to film, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to sit down and just film a simple look real quick. And see, and maybe I'll just do the look and just be done with it. But my headache medicine kicked in, and so I'm feeling good, and here we are. So I'm in a good mood and I'm ready to chat about makeup. So let's go ahead and get into it. By the way, if any of you guys are curious about what is on my face, I will have everything linked in the description box. I will have a tutorial up. Actually, it's not really a tutorial, it's such a basic look, but I'm going to be doing like a 3 looks, 1 palette for this, and this is just one of the looks, so there's your little heads up. Anyways, also secondly, some of these products might be somewhat old news, but there's still things that have kind of been on my mind, and they're not super old, so hopefully you guys aren't totally bored with it, but I figured I'll still share just because. So the first things is, it's kind of funny actually, another disclaimer is because this is actually a brand, I'm pretty sure this is one of the brands I mentioned in my video that I did, one of my videos that I did on makeup brands that have never really interested me. And it's just so funny that I happened to mention this brand, and because now they've come out with some stuff that I'm like has actually piqued my interest. And just to go along with that, like, I'm pretty sure I said in that video, like, this does not mean there's like any shade to any of these brands. It's just they've not come out with things that have interested me, and that doesn't mean that opinions can't change and things like that. And clearly, you know, they have, because this is a brand that has now come out with some stuff that has piqued my interest. So there's a couple things, and the brand is Huda Beauty. And so the first things, and I'll put I'll scoot this way, so I'll put some pictures up here. But I'll show you. So this is one of kind of older things. So her I guess it's not that old, but it's in the realm of makeup world, it's old. Her, what are these called? The Precious Stones palettes. They are just so pretty. I just love the idea of the whole like kind of color story or color theme in one small little compact palette. And they just look really pretty. These are just really well done. I haven't really seen a lot of reviews on them, so I don't know if they're really great quality, but I feel like the 1 or 2 that I have seen, they've been good things. Even the blue one, and I don't wear blues ever, looks appealing to me. I wouldn't get that one. I think if anything, the ones that are calling out to me the most are the green palette, because I've been super into greens lately, and then I think either the red or, gosh, even the orange one is so pretty. But the red palette, oh, it's so pretty, or the purple palette, the purpley pink one that I first showed. Oh my gosh, so pretty. And they're $27, which I think is a great price for the 9 shades. And the only reason I don't think I'll buy is because, I mean, it's not like, I just feel like, I guess this could go for any new palette, like any new palette that comes out. It's not like it's anything super unique. I feel like I have so many palettes, so much makeup in my collection that I just don't need it. Like, anytime I buy makeup, I really don't need any new makeup at all. But I do want these because they're just really pretty. I don't know, there's just something about them that is calling out to me that I really kind of sort of want. I just don't think I'll pull the trigger and buy. That may change, I don't know. Are these limited edition? I'm not sure. If they're not limited edition, and maybe in the future I may buy, I don't know. But as of right now, I don't think I'm gonna buy, but they're oh so tempting. Going along with that, her new palette, what is it even called? I don't keep up with some stuff. The Huda Beauty new nude palette. Oh my Lanta, this thing is freaking stunning. Okay, it is like clearly your more basic nudie palette, but it's like, I mean, oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous. What she has done with whatever those kind of like marbly pearlescent shades are, it's so pretty, and it looks magical. And I thought that that those were just like photos, like Photoshop somehow, but every time I've seen a couple different people do reviews on this palette now, and they've all been great. In videos and stuff like that, it shows up just like it does in the pictures, and that just wows me. There's just something very unique about those shadows, and I just think, I don't know, it really has caught my attention. So my mind has definitely changed about Huda as the brand catching my attention. Now I know there was some like shadiness and stuff like that with her, which I like, you know, I don't agree with that, but just speaking on the products themselves, like unbiased to the other drama and stuff like that, like I'm kind of, my eyes turning towards Huda Beauty, and I'm so tempted. Again, the reason I don't want to buy is because I don't need any more shadows right now. I still have some palettes that are still fairly new to me that have barely gotten any use. Just like I was saying in my you know, message to Valerie, is like, I just think about all the products that I have that are still new that don't get as much love, and it's like, how can I justify buying another new palette when I have other ones that I've barely used that are still new. Like I'm looking right at my dresser right now, and I have the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, and granted that wasn't everything I thought it was going to be, but still it took forever for me to use the last palette, the red palette. I finally did, but I've only used it once. I definitely want to play with it some more, but I just haven't, because I mean, constantly getting new things. I got the new Naked Cherry palette. I have so many new palettes and stuff that I haven't used, palettes that I like a lot, but they don't get the love because I'm constantly trying new things or whatever the case may be. So I'm just like, a big part of me is like, no, you're not buying this. You don't need this. No, but it is like, it's a want. Like it's for sure, like I want it. I don't know why, but I want it. I really do. I want it. All right, another one that's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. Part of me doesn't really want these, but part of me does. Okay, so what I'm talking about are and this is another one that's not even new. This was what, back in September, so it's been a month, over a month. Well, what is it, November now? So almost 2 months since these have been out, but still, they're on my saved list of wants, and they are the Anastasia Beverly Hills new glitters. The thing is, the reason why I don't want these is because the brand I prefer to use for glitters, most of you guys probably already know, is going to be NBA Cosmetics. They are a small business brand that I love and support, and if I'm going to use glitters, I want to use theirs because I want to support them like over every other brand. To be honest, that's just me. I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, that's who I want to like support and shout out. So if I'm going to use glitter, it's going to be NBA. And I feel like a lot of these glitters they're not super unique. It's not like they're unique shades or anything like that. So I'm not like, oh my god, this is a shade that I don't have. I feel like I have everything I, you know, could want or need from glitters from NBA. But I love glitter. I'm a glitter addict. I kind of want them, and I feel like this is true for a lot of people. It's like you buy for the brand name. You buy for the brand. Like, and that's kind of a big part of why I want them, because I could create some really beautiful sparkly looks. You guys know me. I love my glitter. I love my glitter looks, and to create a sparkly look featuring Anastasia I think would be awesome. I would love to catch the attention of Anastasia Beverly Hills. And not to say like I need to be put on their PR list or anything like that. I mean, that would be awesome, but just I would love like a feature from them, a shout out, something, you know, because that stuff helps boost, you know, me, my page, my work and things like that, and I think that would be really cool. And obviously the best way to do that would be to use their products, and so that's got me tempted. Like, and the swatches are beautiful. These are beautiful glitters. I'm not putting them down. I just am like, I'm just torn about it. That's my biggest thing. Also, secondly, these are like $15 each, which I just think is like me, because I know like it shouldn't cost that much. Like glitter, you can get the same glitter for way cheaper. Like NBA Cosmetics has amazing glitters, a huge variety of glitters, and they're like, what are they, $5 for the loose glitters? I think $9 or $8 for their premiums glitters that are like so stunning. So 15 just seems like, ooh, that's a lot of money that I want to pay for glitter that I don't need. So that's kind of where I'm like, but I realize obviously it's Anastasia. They have a brand. They have like a, you know, each brand has their price tiers or whatever. So they're gonna, you know, they're not gonna come out with something like that's crazy cheap. That would just be weird for their brand. So it makes sense for them to price it how they need to. But still, I'm just kind of like, I don't like that price. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. This one's, I think, kind of old too, and I just have it on here randomly because it's Disney, but I just want to mention it really quick, briefly. It's the ColourPop, I don't even know if this is still available because I think it's limited edition, but the ColourPop Disney collection and collaboration. When I first saw this, I was instantly like, oh my gosh, I want this so bad. But then as we like saw, because from the sneak peeks I mean, but as they rolled out like the full like line in the collection, I was kind of like, nah, I'm good. Because the shades just really don't, I don't really care for the shades. They're not shades that, it's a little bit more cool tone and just not shades that, like I'm looking at the palette specifically, it's just not shades that I imagine I would use. Even the Super Shock shadows, they look pretty, but I just don't think I would use them. Also, they have lipsticks in the collection that look so pretty, but you guys know me, I don't wear lipsticks a ton. I'm mostly a gloss girl. I usually wear lipsticks for filming and that's about it. Just sad to admit, but that's the truth. But the main want of me wanting to get this is because it's Disney and it's designer Disney and it's super cute. The packaging is cute. Like even the lipsticks, even though I don't wear lipsticks, I was so tempted just because the boxes have these pretty like designer Disney princesses on them and I'm like, I want you, but I don't need you and I probably won't use you, so I ain't getting you. So that's my reason for not getting that collection. Okay, oh, moving on to another one that's kind of like Disney. Besame Cosmetics, Disney Peter Pan, the Mermaid Lagoon collection. This looks precious, okay? And then Besame is actually a brand I have never tried before, but it's a brand that has piqued my interest. It's a brand that I've always been curious about trying, but never pulled the trigger on buying because I just feel like when I look at their products and think, what should I buy? I'm kind of like at a loss. Like I feel like nothing from them really speaks to me. But what I'm drawn to of it is that like nostalgic, like vintage vibe of their company. I just think is so cool and so fun, and I love that they fully stick to this theme with their packaging, like down to everything just looks so neat to me. And so, but I don't know, I look and try to see like what would I want to buy and I just think there's not really anything I want to buy, so I just haven't. Another brand that's similar like that is Beauty Bakery. That's a brand that I really want to buy from, I really want to try something from, but every time I look at their products I'm like, nothing really speaks to me to buy. I don't know. I wonder if that could be a video on its own. That would be an interesting topic, but really I guess I just told you the two that were on the list, so I don't know, there might be more. If I can think of more, maybe I'll make a video about it. Let me know if you guys be interested in hearing about brands that I want to try but haven't. Did I already do a video like that before? Anyways, okay, I'm rabbit trailing. Anyways, this collection looks super cute. For one, because it still is in that vintage, like, I'm gonna put the photos up, I don't know why I keep trying to show you my phone. But it's still in that vintage, like, packaging and vintage style. Oh gosh, it's just so cute. The palette, though, I feel like, I feel like it's similar kind of to the colors in the ColourPop Disney Princess collection, but better. I don't know, I feel like I'm liking the look of the palette much better, the colors in there. I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to convince myself, I'm not sure. They look pretty, but all of it looks so pretty, and because it's like the mermaid theme and the compact is like a little clamshell, I really want it, but saying that, I don't know if there's actually anything in this collection I will actually get. It is a pretty expensive brand. I'm really more tempted than anything to buy it because of the packaging, because it's cute, because it's mermaids, because it's Disney, and also because it's a brand that I have wanted to try but just haven't yet. So I just don't think I will buy. I feel like it's a collection that will kind of come and go and I'll forget about it, but it is on my saved like to wants list on my Instagram, and it's so cute. I just don't know. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't think I will buy, but I'm really tempted because it's too stinking cute. What do you guys think? I'm like whining over here and I don't know why. Such a dork. Okay, here's another one that might be a little bit controversial. It's another palette. See, here's the thing, like, look at all these palettes that I want. They probably won't even get used, like, very often. Like, why do I want them? Why? It's so silly. But anyways, I kind of, like, a part of me really wants this palette. I think it's really cute. I think it's smart. It was one that I kind of wanted before in a different version. Let me just tell you what it is. It is the James Charles Unleash Your Inner Artist palette, which looks like, as far as I know, was kind of designed based off of the Dare to Create palette from their holiday line last year. The Dare to Create palette, I will admit, I think I might have said this before, was a palette that was on my radar and I was really kind of wanting to get, but I never pulled the trigger to pick it up. While I love the idea of the bigger shadows in the center. I kind of felt like all of the shadows in the center of the Dare to Create palette were just too similar. It's like I wish there would have been more variety. I know something just kept kind of stopping me from actually purchasing it. Additionally, I don't actually really care for the palettes that are like super huge. That's another reason why I didn't pick up the Jaclyn Hill palette, the original one. Well, that's the main reason, was because the colors didn't really speak to me, but also I was like, I don't like the big palette. Like, I don't like the big palettes. But still, there's just something about this. It just looks super pretty, and I love all the colors in it. And I wouldn't say I'm like a big James Charles fan. I'm not like for him. I'm not against him. I'm not someone who's like, I don't know, like is like doing this because I just have to support James Charles. But I'm not like opposed to like buying it because it's James Charles. You know what I mean? I think it's a pretty palette, and I'm just very tempted to buy it. I just love the design of the bigger shadows in the center. I think it's very smart. I love that it has all the colors in it, but again, I just look at it and I'm like, I probably have all those colors somewhere within my collection. I have so many products, so many palettes, so many shadows. I'm sure I have all of these shades, you know, so I like don't need it. That's why I'm kind of like, I don't need it. So that's probably why I won't buy. But I do think it's pretty. Like, it is a palette that if I was gifted, I think this is anything. Like, if I were gifted any of these, I would be so over the moon happy. So if I were gifted this, I'd be happy, but I just don't imagine like buying it myself. Additionally, I actually really do want his brush set. I know a lot of people are saying that's like so much for a brush set, especially considering Morphe, and I kind of agree their brushes aren't great, but I also somewhat disagree with all the people who say Morphe brushes are crap. I don't think that they're crap. I have a couple of them. Do I think they're the most amazing brushes? No. Do I think they work? And I haven't had any issues with them shedding on me or like the ferrule falling off or anything like that. I think they work and do well. I've always been happy with them, but I'm not over here like pushing Morphe down anyone's throat either. You know, like I'm kind of like just neutral. Like I could go either way. But anyways, point being is I think that they're nice. I really like the Morphe sponge that is optional with this set. I like, my biggest thing, I love that, and I thought it was so smart that he included like, what is it, doubles or triples of some of the brushes, the eye brushes, because it's just so smart. I totally, I did watch his video, his promo video on it and talking all about it, and kind of just like him, I am someone, and you guys know this, I think I talked about this in my favorite brushes videos, and I might even mention it in other videos, I'm not sure, but if I love a brush, I will buy like 3 or 4 backups of it, just because like when it gets dirty, I want to be able to have another one right away and just be able to grab it and not have to wash it or whatever because I'm lazy, or like not have to switch between using it with different colors and things like that. So I am someone who like, I will have several backups of my favorite brushes, and I like that idea. So I think that was so smart of him to have his brush collection include duplicates in it, because without having to buy, you know, more separately. I think it's just smart. So I kind of like that. But at the same time, it is a pretty expensive set. What was it, like 140 or something, 149. It's kind of still a lot of money. It's a lot more money than I would prefer to spend right now, especially on something I don't need. So while I think this collection is awesome and I would love to have it, I don't need more brushes. So that's the thing. That's what's holding me back. I have so many brushes. I actually have been thinking about doing a like brush declutter video. I just haven't pulled the trigger because I'm lazy right now and I don't feel like going through all my brushes. And I also have like attachment issues and don't want to get rid of some of my brushes even though I don't use them. I'm just crazy like that. So yeah. So anyways, that I don't need new brushes. So to spend that kind of money on something I really don't need. Am I blurry? What the heck? That's annoying if I was blurry the whole time. I hope I wasn't. Anyway, so like I said, definitely don't need new brushes, so I don't need to be spending $100 and whatever on something I don't need. Let's move on. I have 2 more. Oh, actually, no, I have 3 more. So let me just say this real quick because it is Morphe as well. They're from their holiday collection. They have what are they called? They're metallic. Metallic Heat. Yeah, Metallic Heat set of trio like liquid metallic shadows. I'm somewhat tempted by these because I think they're only like $12 for the set, which I think is a really good price. I bought their like foiled liquid shadows from their collection last year and ended up really liking them. I actually got them on IMATS. I didn't get them during the holidays. I picked it up at IMATS and I actually was really, really impressed by them. And so I thought like and I was actually bummed because I found out later they were limited edition. They weren't even available anymore by the time I got them and reused them and put them in a video. And so I thought like they need to bring those back. They're really, really good. And so I was excited to see that they kind of brought them back. These are different shades. And I don't know if they're the same kind of formula or not, or if they're the same exactly. So I think like if they're the same, I'm tempted, but at the same time I'm like, I only used those ones that I got last year like twice, and once was for a video, so I'm like, I definitely don't need them. Also, I did see a review where someone said they weren't that great and they don't look the same as the ones from last year, so I'm not sure, but I have been tempted and I just figured I'd mention it just because if they are like good like the ones that I got last year, I would say get them, because for the 3 of them for $12, it's a really good deal if you're into like liquid metallic shadows and things like that. I don't know, but I don't know if I don't imagine I'll actually pick them up or buy them just because I know I don't need them. So I don't know, yeah. But there's something worth mentioning because they were kind of on my radar. Okay, so now I just have 2 more things. The next one is again another palette. This is from Too Faced. This palette looks really, really pretty. It really does, and what's speaking to me really is the pressed glitter in it, and the shades selection actually looks really, really pretty too. The whole packaging, like Too Faced just does this thing with packaging. It's just pretty, you guys know. I'm sure that's, you know, for those who are a sucker for packaging, but they're like, what is this? The new Too Faced Pretty Rich collection. It just looks pretty. That's really the main thing. It looks pretty. If I were gifted this, I think I'd be like happy about it. At the same time, I'm kind of like curious like what their pressed glitters are like, because obviously I love the NBA Cosmetics pressed glitters. Their chroma light glitters especially are amazing, and I kind of judge every pressed glitter based on that, and a lot of the other ones I've tried in comparison just don't live up to my standard of what I like as a pressed glitter, because I feel like NBA's are the best. NBA Cosmetics are the best. I would imagine Too Faced, because they're like a big brand, would kind of do it right, but then who knows. So I don't know. So I don't know. I don't think I'll get it just because I don't know. I just don't want to spend money. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I really don't want to spend money and I don't need more palettes, but that's kind of on my radar that I kind of want. So it's just a brief one because it wasn't like something I'm like, ooh, I really, really want this, but I kind of like, I'm looking at it and like, it's pretty. I would want that. And then lastly, something a little bit more basic, a little bit more simple, but I am really curious about it. But I don't think I will buy because I just bought a new foundation, even though I said I was going to stop buying foundations. Anyways, but this is the ColourPop, and I feel like this is maybe a little bit older now too. When did this get posted? Oh, October 18th, so not super old. But their new stick foundation, their no filter stick foundation. I wish they would have come out with this first, okay? Because I was really intrigued by their no filter foundation and concealer, and I think I did a first impressions or review on it, and I mentioned that I didn't really care for it. I really like the concealer, I do, but the foundation I did not care for. I feel like I still need to give it a shot again. I haven't gone back to it yet just because I'm just like, I don't want to. My memories of it are like, I don't want to try you again. But I do want to go back and give it another try. So I tried it more in the summer, I think, and then my skin was a little bit more dry. And, you know, in the winter, I feel like my skin's not as dry. So I don't know. I want to give it a shot again, but I didn't like it. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off a tangent. So anyways, when I saw they were coming out with stick foundation, I actually kind of got excited because I was like, ooh, I love stick foundations. They're just so quick and easy to use. I used a stick foundation today and I'm like, oh, I love the way my face looks today. I used the tint, the Lancome Tint Idol foundation, the stick one. It's so good. I love the way my face looks today. So anyways, but I really like stick foundations in general, and the fact that this is only $10, like it's affordable, you know, it's ColourPop. I feel like I would like this more so than I did the liquid foundation. So I've been kind of like, I want to buy this, but I know I don't need this because I have so many foundations and I'm trying to like use them up before I buy any more. And like I said, I already bought another new foundation just because I was really curious about trying it. It was an affordable one, so that's good. It's the one from Catrice. But anyways, I'm like, Maria, do not buy more foundations. Again, this is not a no buy. I'm just telling myself, no, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying this because I don't need it. Like, it's silly. I want it just because I want to try it, but I don't need it. So, but it looks good. I would love to know your guys' thoughts. Have you purchased this foundation? Like, is it good? Do I need it? Do I need to buy it? Don't tell me that. I'm just kidding. Anyways, that is it for everything that I want but probably won't buy. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I actually really enjoy doing this kind of, though this is only the second one I've done, but I feel like it's because like there's not often that there's products like that, like, oh my god, I really want to buy it. And I thought I didn't have a ton on my list, but I feel like there was actually a lot more than I thought. So yeah, anyways, I enjoyed filming this because it's just fun to talk about makeup. It's fun to talk about like my thoughts on it, especially if it's more in a positive light. That's always a good thing. Don't get me wrong, you can be pretty feisty about some things here and there. And so, you know, anyways, it's just fun to talk about makeup. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on not only the products I mentioned, like, are you kind of wanting to buy? Did you buy? Are they good quality? Is it good that I don't buy? You know, let me know all the details. Also, please share if there's any products you kind of want but you're not going to buy. Like, you know, for whatever reasons, whether it's financial, whether you don't need it, whether you are on a no buy, like whatever the details are, let's discuss. I'd love to hear about the products you want but aren't going to buy. So yeah, be sure to share. If you like this video, also be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I usually don't say that kind of thing, but I just think, like, why not? Like, if you like my videos, if you like me, if you want to see more of me, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's become friends, let's chat, let's create a community, all that good stuff. So anyways, that wraps it up for this video. Again, I really hope you enjoyed it. I just want to thank you again so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!